Hi everybody, my name is Mrs. Dowling and I am a sponsor of the National Art Honor Society at Mountain Range. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a snow globe in our virtual snow globe workshop. This is for those of you that couldn't participate in our Zoom meeting. So today, to start, I highly recommend that you find a tray or maybe a sheet pan, like for baking cookies, or at least some paper towel on your work surface in case you spill glitter or water. So the other things that you'll need for this workshop is some kind of a glass jar. So a mason jar would work. You can buy snow globes, plastic ones at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, that kind of thing, if that works for you. Just a lidded jar. Then you will need glitter. You can choose the colors. It's also fun to have some different sequins. I have stars and white sequin. And then you'll need either a little tiny toy, like this unicorn. These are too big, okay? Or you can find these little ornaments that go on tiny trees. This is a Santa and a Christmas tree, just depending on what interests you. And then you'll either need super glue, or even better yet, a hot glue gun. Please be very careful if you're using the hot glue gun. It can burn you. Okay, once you have those, it's also good to have glycerin or a little bit of corn syrup if you have that. It helps the glitter float better when you turn upside down the snow globe. And then of course water. And I put this into kind of an easy pour container, but you can decide which kind that you would like to use for your snow globe. So the first thing to do is, if you can get the sticker off the bottom of the piece, that's fine. I'm going to skip that for now. But you would want to obviously take the lid off of your jar or your snow globe. And then you're going to make sure your hot glue is ready, or your hot glue gun. And then you are going to glue to the lid your pieces. So if you're using hot glue, be extra careful with that. Hot glue is fast and sticks quickly so that you can use it pretty well. Sometimes it takes a couple practice shots to get that hot glue going. And then once you've got that hot glue going, I'm going to put another stick in there to kind of push it down a little bit more. If you choose to use the super glue, that can be really sticky on your fingers too, so be careful with that. Ooh, my hot glue gun's steaming. It's ready to go. Okay, so then after you hot glue your pieces onto your tray, make sure you can close the lid still, right? So you can still get that glass jar on the top so it's not in the way. I would definitely check that. So usually it's like one or two things. You could also use like a Lego. My 8-year-old son would not be happy if I stole one of his Legos though. Okay, so I've got my Santa and that on there. I'm going to set that aside to dry a little bit. Okay, so the next step is you're going to just, I like to put the glitter in first. And you, like I said, can decide what kind you want. Again, try to work on a tray. Glitter can get everywhere, right? It's fun, but it can be very messy. You don't need a ton of glitter. It just is kind of a preference how much glitter you add to that. And then I always like to add either a little bit of sequins, and it doesn't matter what color. It's kind of fun to have the different colors. Because that little bit of a thicker texture is fun. This is star sequins. This is also messy too, so that's another reason to have the tray. This is kind of white sequins. Just kind of makes it look like a little bit bigger snowflakes in your snow globe. So I'm going to add that. And then I'm going to pour in the water. Now, you can see kind of the glitter is really floating to the top and all around. If you think it's too much glitter and you won't be able to see your objects, you can carefully dump this out in a trash can. Don't put glitter down the drain, okay, or plastic down your drain if you feel like it's too much. Sometimes it takes a little practice to get it right. And then the glycerin, you only need a few drops of that or a few drops of corn syrup. Because if you add, you don't need to add a lot, it's a little pricey, so it just helps it kind of float around. And then you simply take the lid. Now I highly recommend that you glue the lid on, especially if you are going to let little kids play with this. So I would either put super glue or hot glue all around the lid. Be careful if you're using the metal lid, it can get kind of hot. You gotta work pretty quick because it just reassures that it will stay on more permanently. And you have to work pretty quick so that the hot glue doesn't dry and become unable to stick on. Or you could use the super glue for it. So hot glue dries really fast. Super glue, you might want to do this over a bowl or something to check it so it doesn't go everywhere, because you really don't want glitter and glycerin all over. That is a big mess to clean up. And then you can give it some shakes and swirls, and then you have your snow globe. Woohoo! All right, thank you for joining our snow globe workshop.